Hey everybody, welcome back to my garage. So today I thought I would take a long, hard look at the collection of microfiber towels I have in the cabinets behind me here. I recently fell in love with a new towel, which I'll be showing you. I'll be showing a little later in the video. But in order to make room for that new collection of towels, I need to go through these cabinets here and start paring things down, which I'm not going to lie is going to be difficult because I don't know what about you, but I start to get really attached to my towels. Towels and brushes for me are really a vice. Okay, so what you're looking at here is a laundry basket full of washed, brand new microfiber towels by a company called Detail POPO. As far as I know, is a South Korean manufacturer of microfiber. And I won't profess to be an expert on microfiber, but I have heard through many different sources that South Korea is the industry leading exporter of high quality microfibers. So these Detail POPOs, I really stocked up on these blue ones. I've got a 500 and a 350 version plus a few waffles. And I also stocked up on these handy white microfibers by Detail POPO. So part of the reason I did that was I'm a fan of consistency. And right now I feel like my microfiber towel collection is all over the place. And there are certain towels I like that I use, and there are certain towels I like but I never use. So I think it's time to bring some consistency to my process. So that's what I'm going to do today is I'm going to make some decisions about what stays, what goes. And with the Detail POPO arsenal becoming my go-to. So I'll take you over here to the bench and we'll start with the drying towels that I currently have. So here I am, staring at my collection of drying towels. And if you watched a recent video of mine on Friday Night Wash, you might be confused because in that video I expressed my frustrations with towel drying my car. And you know, a few days later, here we are staring at probably a good 30 drying towels. So yeah, I'm a complicated person that way. I like having things, even if I don't like using them. If they're quality things, which all of these towels are, it's hard to get rid of any. So I've got the camera set up here to the side. I want to go through these towels one by one. And my apologies if I don't know exactly all the information about each of these towels. Some of them have been in the collection way before I really cared too much about names and brands. So maybe I'll set the camera. I'm going to set the camera up over closer and we'll take a look one by one because I've got some good stuff here. Okay, this waffle weave, I believe this is my Adams. This is an excellent waffle weave with the silk edges. This one's definitely going to stay. I like that Adams puts their logo on their towels. I do. I'm not going to lie. So that's going to keep. So I'm not going to fold them perfectly yet because I'm really at the stage. This is another Adams drying towel. This is their thicker version. Again, it's got the cool Adams logo there. So that one is a keeper, and I believe I have multiples of this towel. I believe this is the exact same towel. Yes, it is. So there's two. And oh my goodness, what's this? Is this a third one? I believe it is, and yep, that is. Okay, so that alone would probably be enough for me, and we aren't even close. But I think looking at the pile, it's going to be a bye-bye to these two towels. They've served me well over the years. You can see this one, it's quite discolored from, I don't know why it would be so discolored. It's not like I use it on a car that isn't clean. But those two workhorses are going to be led out to pasture. So goodbye. Thank you for your service. Now this one, This might be a Leno's Garage purchase. This is a really nice drying towel. Really holds a lot of water, and I believe I have this size and these two smaller sizes, and these are all from the same family. But given that I have quite a few in my collection, I'm gonna make sure these ones find a new home. One thing that happened is I think it had a pull, and I hate it when that happens. So those can be donate. Now this big boy, this is like, I don't know what Adams calls this. Maybe it's their blanket, because this would keep you warm during a Canadian snowstorm. I swear, this thing is massive. So, because I don't have anything in the collection that even comes close to this in size, that will be a keeper. So that goes on the keep pile. Okay, now I have quite a few waffle drying towels. There's another one. So these blue ones have served me very well over the years, and they're getting a little bit old. Doesn't mean they're not still as good as they were when they were brand new, but space is starting to become quite a limited commodity in this garage. So I'm going to let my blues go. And I think I know just the person who will benefit by these. There's a young viewer that just lives down the street, and he has definitely got the detailing bug. So a few summers ago, I gave him some products. Vigo, you are going to inherit some drying towels. I hope that's okay with you. All right, now this Adams waffle I love, so it stays. These gray ones, you know, I can't say there's anything wrong with them. There's not, but the only thing wrong with them is that they take up a lot of space. And then there's these edgeless ones. I don't know who these are by. These are Swissvax. Swissvax, very fancy brand. Never really used them. This one's got a rip in it, so I'm going to let that one go to pasture. But yeah, I'm this one too. Swissvax. Big name. Make sure your towels don't fall apart. I've hardly used that. Okay, so I'm making some pretty deep cuts here into the collection. These two yellow ones, I don't know where these are from. But you know what? They look like they could be a good backup, so I'm going to keep those. So I'll get this all back. This is staying. This is all Adams, and these two yellows, who I don't know who manufactures those. But so there's some waffle, there's some heavy, and there's another waffle. Plus I'm bringing in a really quality Detail POPO drying waffle weave, which I'll show you the Detail POPOs a little later. So there we go. We've got the drying towels under control. Okay, so there's what I'm keeping, mostly Adams, and that's what will be leaving the collection. Thank you for all your drying over the years, but the Master Blaster has put a huge dent in basically your functionality. So on to your next detailer. Thank you, towels. Okay, these are 4 new additions to my drying towel arsenal. And Detail POPO has some cute names for these. These are called the light shower towels. They are a waffle design, and I have 3 of these. I'm sure they'll see some use. I'll fold those up in a second. And this is the big boy. This is called the Heavy Rain. You can see he's pretty big, and he's heavy. I bet he'll weigh 3 times this much when he's sopping wet. So I'll be adding these 4 towels, and it'll be interesting to compare the Adams towels versus these Detail POPO. I'm confident all of my towels will perform the basic function of helping me dry a car. So I'll just fold these up, and then the next step is going to be loading up the cabinet in a way that is efficient and purposeful for it. What I would like to do is just use the bottom portion of this cabinet for my drying towels. I have to do some strategic layering here. So obviously I've cleaned the bottom of this cabinet. This cabinet is as clean as you can get. Oh, that one was backwards. That looks good. Put this heavy duty Adams extra large towel at the bottom there. And I'll put these on top of that. And I have 4 other waffles that I'll just put on top of there. So yeah, there we go. We got the heavy duty drying towels underneath, and then that'll be definitely enough towels to last me probably another 10 years, I think. So I'm going to take you now through my collection of microfibers for glass, and I will be using this upper shelf for those. So microfiber towels for glass have always been something of a frustration for me. For exterior glass, you know, that said, I have been very happy with the performance of these Adams Polishes glass towels. So they have done the bulk of my glass cleaning for the last few years. So I've got 7 of those, which I really enjoy, so I definitely will be keeping those. I have recently given this Car Pro glass fiber towel a tryout, and for interiors, and these have worked out really well. Well, I've only used one. This one's still brand new. So I'm thinking for exterior glass, this will be my go-to, these Adams. For interior, the Car Pro glass fiber, they call it, streak-free glass cleaning cloths. These Jay Leno's Garage glass towels are actually really effective as well for interior or exterior, so I won't be letting those go. And I just have this like smattering. I don't know if the camera can see this actually, but I don't know where I got these. I've had them for years, and they're very rare. Well, they're never used. I haven't used these in probably 5 years, so I'm gonna find a new home for those. They're lint free. They're really nice. They just don't get used, and don't ask me why that is. That's just the way it is. So we'll get those to a new home. It's funny, I just picked these things up over the years. This guy I like. It's a very lint-free, soft microfiber that I use for instrument panels and just sensitive glass and plastic components on the interiors. So I will be keeping him because he is tried, tested, and true. And so is this yellow one, although I can see it's now picked up a few little nicks and scrapes, so I'm gonna let that guy go. And this is an interesting microfiber. It's very just silky on the back. But again, I haven't, I didn't even know I had it till today when I started going through these things. So out it goes. This is a waffle. I think that might be Leno's Garage, but don't quote me on that. That might be good for when the glass is extremely wet. Here I am looking for excuses, as you could see, to keep things, but I am going to keep that. I could do what I want, right? Okay, and this red one, I think it's seen better days. It's got some, got a little bit of, yeah. So that will be my glass cleaning arsenal. I'm just realizing there's actually two sizes of glass towels by Adams here. These are the bigger boys. And then these 5 are just a little bit smaller. Those are just my eyes. No, they're just a couple centimeters bigger. So that'll be my exterior glass pile. And then I will designate this as my interior towels. So starting with the waffle design, this one for the instrument panels. I've got an Extra Car Pro one that I haven't even opened yet. Stick him in there. And then I've got these 2 glass towels by Leno's Garage, which will sit there. So I'm trying not to pack the cabinet, trying to keep it airy so that I can see what's in there. And so I'm going to keep this cabinet drying in glass. So she's done. So this cabinet is home to my softer, more sensitive, soft and sensitive towels. So I use these on the exterior for the most part. And I've got a collection. These are Obsessed brand towels. These are Griot's Garage. These are Adams. These are Leno's Garage. There are some Zano borderless blondes. These are from Griot's. I can't remember where these orange ones are from, but my guess would be Griot's. Then I have some Adams double softs over here, along with a few other Adams very soft, very dense microfibers. So I'm going to take everything out of here, and this one's going to be, there's going to be a lot of broken hearts here because these are some great towels. And these, who are these again? Geez, are these Griot's? Yeah, these are Griot's. At one point, I was in love with these Griot's and I used them a lot. And then they came out with a new Silk Edge version, which I haven't had a chance to use. And you can see I've got a half dozen of those. So I think what I'm going to do, I might need to run these through the washing machine. I can't remember if I did that already. I'm going to let go of these Griot's. These have been amazing for me. When I say get rid of them, I might relegate them to a storage bin for when I do a rinseless wash because they work really good that way. That's what will probably happen to quite a few of these is I won't be giving them away. Definitely not throwing them away. I'll just be keeping them for less glamorous jobs. So I'm just going to put those over here. So we'll refold those. These are great towels. These are from Obsessed. What I might do is the same thing. I might keep half of them. I'll go through and see which ones are the newest, and I'll keep half of those. Same with these. Now, Leno's Garage, I've used these ones for quite a few waterless washes, and some of them I think have just lost their effectiveness. So I might let go of that entire pile. Yeah. And then over here, I've got some super heavy deluxe double thicks that I will be holding on to. These are great for when you're doing like a buff, you're finishing a polish, or you just feel like you really want to spoil your paint. These things are like incredibly plush and decadent, as are these double plush by Adams. I might get rid of that one because it's looking a little discolored and faded, but yeah, this is, I'll probably have to turn the camera off because if we go through my thought process on these, we'll be here a long time. Okay, so I just finished going through my paint maintenance microfibers and I've pared it down. What you're looking at there is what I've decided I will keep for the next little while, and that pile there will be relegated to rinseless washes. I'll have to go through this at another time. I want to get this done today. I want to get my cabinet set up, but I think half of these will be used for rinseless washes, and I'll give half of these to my friend down the street. This little half pile consists of Leno's garage and Griot's garage with that beautiful little silk border, which I have to admit I haven't even used these yet, and I've had them for a few years. But I have a feeling I'll give them a shot now that that's nice and a little less packed, a little more practical to grab a towel out of there. So yeah, let's get those looking good. Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. So now I'm going to take you over to the bench. I'm going to start folding all the sorry, not the dodos, the popos I got. Okay, those are all folded up. They felt really nice. You can really tell the difference between these 500, the 500 version and the 350. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, 17, 18, 20, 22, 24. So 25 of the big boy. And let me just double check, but I'm sure I've got 2, 4, 6, no, not 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh boy. So that takes up slightly half the width. I'm worried I won't be able to have 4. Might not be able to fit 4 columns in there, but maybe what I do is just, well, these ones are going to be thicker than the 350s. Oh yeah, this is going to work out perfectly. It's actually quite amazing how many towels you can store in these Craftsman's. All right, this can be a little bit challenging, but okay, that is locked and loaded. Okay, so we're over here at my 3rd cabinet, and this is what I really consider my utility cabinet. Some more coarse towels in here, but too many. So I'm going to take these all out and pare this down. So what you're looking at here is a real hodgepodge of utility type towels. These are from Griot's. These are Griot's markets these as an interior towel, which I do use on the interior quite often, but you can see some of them have really lost their pile. So I'll be thinning that down. These yellow ones I have way too many of. I don't really like them. I never have. But I've kept them around. I think I'm going to get rid of them. I have other smaller towels that I use for those dirty tasks, so these end up just taking up cabinet space and don't see much use at all. I don't remember where I got these blue ones from. These might be like a big box store towel, but what I find with them is when they're brand new, they're kind of useless to me, but when they're about halfway through their lifespan, they become really good for glass. But I don't want to have a pile of glass towels that don't get used because I have my go-to glass towels like we did earlier. So I have to make some decisions about whether or not I keep those. These are some old Griot's Garage polish removal towels. They're past their lifespan. I believe these came with the Rupes, which I've never used, but they're just so beautiful. Obviously, I'm going to keep those. These are geez, I don't know. That's just like some kind of gray utility towel. I don't know who makes that, but they feel pretty nice. And underneath there, I have some black utility towels that I thought, yeah, that'll be great for doing exhaust tips and engine bays because then the towel doesn't look really dirty. So kind of like when you clean out your closet and you find those jeans that you say to yourself, well, I'm going to make sure I wear these. I forgot I had those. That's what I'm hoping happens with this. And these really ugly looking Christmas themed towels are actually one of my favorite go-to towels for dirty jobs. These things, because they're so thick and plush, they work really well when you're working in an engine bay or in a door jamb. But man, are they ugly. Like, who thought of this? Santa Claus? Like, but sometimes function outweighs aesthetics. Not often, but sometimes. So give me a few minutes and I'll make some decisions and I'll show you, I'll come back with what I'm going to keep. But keep in mind that I do have 25 new edgeless 350 GSM. They're called the Snow Towel.
This is an emergency. Tempo has reached critical level.
Not only was it a good chance to go through the towels and pare things down, it was a nice chance to dust out these cabinets. There was a little bit of dust around the edges, so they are pristine now, thanks to my Adams Eco All-Purpose Cleaner. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Let's do the top. I'm about to go grab those green and red towels, and I was curious what you guys think. When you're looking for a microfiber towel, how much does color matter to you? Let me know in the comments below. Like I was saying before, I can't stand the look of those towels, but because they're so functional, so versatile, I will overlook it. But I'm just curious what you guys think. Here they come. Oh, dude. So ugly. If I put them over here on this side of the cabinet, you won't really see the green silk edges, and you'll just think they're red, but yeah. So how much of a snob are you when it comes to the look of your towels? Let me know in the comments. So I'm looking over at my workbench and there are so many towels that have come out of here, and I'm starting to have some regrets, some second thoughts about letting them all go. So what I'm currently thinking is I don't have many products in this cabinet, and perhaps what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these products out, I'll find a different home for them, and this fourth cabinet over here could become sort of my the cabinet of last resort. So towels that maybe don't make it into my regular rotation but are too valuable to let go, I'm going to leave them in here. Perhaps they're towels that I use for rinseless washes. I think that makes more sense than having 3 cabinets of towels and then a hodgepodge of products. So give me a little bit of time. I'm going to relocate these products. I think I have just the place for them. Okay, that brings me to the end of this project I could call the microfiber towel project. As you can see, I now have almost 4 complete double banks of towels, definitely more than anyone needs, especially when they're a 1-car family, but hey, don't judge me. Anyway, I've got my glass and drying, I've got my paint finish, I've got a combination of utility and a little bit of paint finish. And then over here, I decided I was going to hold on to some towels that still have some life left in them. And in fact, in addition to these towels that ended up being saved, I relegated my Leno's garage towels, which I've had for quite a few years, and they've served me quite well. I've relegated them to a plastic bin down here that I will now use for rinseless washes because they're pretty good for that. So take a look. There it is. There's the Rad Garage microfiber towel collection with the latest edition of 50 Detail POPO. What are they called again? Ocean edgeless towels. I've got 350 and 500 GSM. And over here I have 25 of their snow blanket, they're called, 350 GSM soft towels too. So I look forward to seeing how those perform. Obviously I have high hopes, and my friend Rish has never let me down with his recommendations. So thanks to Chris at Carzilla for putting that package together for me. And that concludes this that concludes this episode of, I don't know if this is really a wash and chat, but thanks for tuning in, everybody. And we'll see you real soon.